Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Monday, December 29th, 2025, and we're sitting here right now at approximately 5:45 p.m. Central Time. Well, what a day. We started off last night with the silver market going up to the 82 level, as you'll recall, up $5 an ounce, and then the market literally fell apart. The same happened in the gold market, the same happened in the copper market, and the same happened in the platinum. So what we had is the first real correction of a nonstop December rally. And what that probably means is trade tops came into the marketplace. Now, how long those trade tops will stay in place, well, the market will decide that. You don't want to be the first guy trying to figure that out. Rather, you want to see where the market broke to. Does it make sense to come into it on a break? And when is that time to come into it? Oftentimes, you get a hard break, you get a bounce the evening after because you get that reversal on a Tuesday in many markets, and then the market fails again because people that got caught, they're looking for ways out. It's not that I think people are buying it on a deep break right now. I think those people got hurt today in a big way. And the reason is the market was so stretched. I kept telling you and others, the best thing you can do in metals, if you weren't already in them, is to not play them until you get a correction. Well, now you're getting the correction and you wait that out. I'm watching what's going on in the energies a little bit tonight. And again, I do not believe that we got anywhere near a trade, let's call it a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. If anything, Russia came out today and accused Ukraine of trying to kill President Putin as they attacked one of his residences. So they said that just sets everything back. I mean, it's war. What do you expect? Okay. I mean, every day that we look at what goes on in Kiev and we see all the bombings going on and people without heat, electricity, children being killed, just indiscriminate hitting of buildings. And then if Ukraine went after Putin, from my point of view, it's called war. Now, we are going to see tomorrow some retail sales for the weekend of December 20th at 7:55. We're going to get the Case-Shiller U.S. 20 Metro home prices for October, and they'll come out at 8 o'clock. They're looking for a 1.4% year-over-year increase, but again, a monthly decline of 0.5%. So month over month, we'll eventually catch up with these year-over-year numbers and put them down. Just how them think of it like a moving average. It catches up. In the Chicago Business Barometer, we're due for that tomorrow morning. Expect that reading is 40 compared to the prior month's 36.3. And at 1 o'clock, we'll get the FOMC minutes, see how the members were talking about what is going on and what they're seeing. I think that'll be fairly important as well. As I take a look at what's going on, the gold barely moved. So the metal markets were on their own. It was an event that happened probably triggered by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in part, raising margins on all metal contracts. They did that, and I had put it on the increased margins the other day. But you never know. Sometimes it has no impact. I mean, I wish I could say every time they raise margins, markets break. What they try to do is increase them to the point to get the volatility more under control, and then they'll drop them back. So now that the market's dropped this much, they won't just lower them right away. They'll wait and watch the volatility. They have algorithms that measure it, and they'll work with the market from there. So if we could, let's take a look at the chart action and just see what the heck we do have. When we take a look at a daily bar chart of gold, you can see how hard the market came down. I mean, look at the day's range, 45.8130 to 43.16. So you had basically, what is that, a $265 range? Unbelievable in its scope. Did it do any damage? Well, that's the next chart. It did. It took out a prior break low. So now you have a higher high and a lower low. You stepped out of the uptrend in plain English. Where did the market go to stop? How often do you hear me tell you that you watch the 18-day average of closes? Markets get away from it and like to often go back to it to regroup to figure out what to do next. It's exactly what I think is going on right now. You're nowhere near the 100 or the 200-day average. When we take a look at where the market was, it was 1, 2, 3, that's the third day, 4 days in a row over the upper Bollinger Band. You rarely stay more than 5. You can do it, but you rarely do. And that's exactly what occurred, because you started out higher last night and you gave the whole thing up. So now what do I think? Well, let's look at momentum. Momentum is turned down and you've hit the downside target, being the 18-day average, the closest main moving average. You lost the reading. Let it rebuild. That's my advice right now. The gold-silver ratio still fully favors the silver over the gold. It's a bounce like we've had before, over and over, but you're not back over this average. You can get up there and kiss it. Do I expect it to? It doesn't have to. No. In the silver market, unlike the gold market, you haven't come down here. You did lose the bullish embedded reading. Here's the reading, as you can see on Friday. Here's the reading yet for today. You lost it. You have a reading under the 79 level, and you're still there, even with the opening tonight and being up $1.50. So assume that the market needs to consolidate some of this gain. That is the way that I'd approach it. Are we in a bull market? Absolutely. You haven't yet given up the bullishness. What about the copper market? Well, the copper never did embed. That's the first main thing. I'll move this over here now. I wanted you to see that. And the market was overbought. It got only one day really over the Bollinger Band. Last night it came back. I wouldn't be surprised if you go down to the 18-day average and find your support there. How far is that? About 10 cents away. It could happen. We'll see. And in the platinum market, a violent trading day, with the market having a range of 25.63 down to 20.82. You heard what I just said. $563 on a market that's trading at 25.63. You realize that's almost 1/4 of the price all in one day. Just dramatic correction. Again, I'm looking for support back here. Again, you've lost the bullish embedded reading. So until the market takes out this high, I think that price in the 18-day average in a number of these markets are going to try to come together the way they did in the gold, right through here. That's basically what I'm saying to you. Does it have